You know what's happening with it? Got JP here, another episode of For the Record. Today we're gonna get real berrylicious. Let's get to it.
Be burying this thing, and they know what it is.
Got this work, got this money, on my grind, all the time. Got this work, got this money, on my grind, all the time.
Queen sitting on the throne, ain't no way to stress her. Thinking master plans, gold game full of pressure. Looking at these 25 lighters on my dresser. Yes, sir, for the bacon cheese, let me get the cheddar, the special.
I click clack to get back, you already know not to play with me, boy. Cause I'm the real deal, yeah, you already know not to play with me, boy. I count money with big bosses, you already know not to play with me, boy. I'm a beast when I get in the booth, and yeah, you already know not to play with me, boy.
I'm welder, them dark nights really worked out for the better. Keep anointing my step and thanking God for the progression. My blood, sweat, and tears, I'm earning every little blessing. It's a message, nigga come trying to test me, he get that lesson. So now they mad at me, hating on berry anatomy. Goodness, I weigh in the ration me, retarded straight out of that raggedy. Y'all getting ready, the only strategy is consistency. Strictly business, yeah, I'm with it, way too legit to quit. MJ, this is it, and what don't kill me, just gon' savage like me. So you better come correct, Hummer full of head hunters, make sure that beamer work on your tech. What don't kill me, just gon' savage like me. So you better come correct, Hummer full of head hunters, make sure that beamer work on your tech.
I click clack to get back, you already know not to play with me, boy. Cause I'm the real deal, yeah, you already know not to play with me, boy. I count money with big bosses, you already know not to play with me, boy. I'm a beast when I get in the booth, and yeah, you already know not to play with me, boy. Got this work, got this money, on my grind,
24/7,
all the time. Got this work, got this money, on my grind, all the time.
Catch up, be buried.
We gone, man.
You are now on the record with NextDefTV.com.
B-Bear, what's happening?
What's up? What's
It's
going on? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Let's get this thing going. How you doing, first of all?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I can't complain at all. So first off, before we get started, just let everybody know who you are. You know what
I
I'm
am the one and only B-Bear 100. B-Bear 100 to be exact. I'm from Point Parish, from Lexburg, LET. You know what it is, 12th Street, from 11th to 13th. That's how we do it. And you know, South Baton Rouge representative. You hear me? But yeah, that's me, B-Bear 100.
So let's get this started. So when you start, when did you start singing?
I've been doing music, period, all my life. Of course, like the regular, I grew up in the church.
Right.
But I mean, you know, of course, most of us do. But I grew up in the church, and I've just had a love for music all my life. So I mean, just when you say like exactly what got me started with music, it was just listening to music.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, I mean.
So was it a something or a specific song that you heard that made you gravitate towards it, or was it just you singing around the house, or? It
was just in me. Like
okay.
It was literally just in me, along with going to church.
Right.
Because what I learned, I could say some of it came from the church, but you can't get that from church.
So you was in the choir too, is what you're telling me?
Yeah, I was. You know what I'm saying? I did all the you know what I'm saying, the junior choirs and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we was in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, of course, all that came
right
with everything. But, you know, it's all any specific song, no. It was a lot of people I was inspired by. But when it come down to just why I did music, I was just a person that loved music.
So who were those people that you were inspired by?
One of my favorite artists is Phil Collins. Don't get me wrong, I'm from the South. So when it comes down to Marvin Cease,
right?
Janet Taylor.
Oh, okay.
You know, I got samples throughout my music, you know what I'm saying, from all these people.
Okay.
Like, you know, like.
So you got a Phil Collins sample is what you're telling me right now?
No, I don't have a Phil Collins sample, but if you listen to my music, you
I can hear the Phil. I got you. I got you.
I'm an 80s baby, you hear me?
Right,
80s,
right.
You know, 80s baby gone crazy, but the music, you know what I'm saying? The music then was a borderline for a lot of hip hop for one.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, they were coming from the 70s, so we had all that in the mix. I go as far as Jimi Hendrix. You feel me? So I mean, when it comes down to music, when people ask me exactly who was I inspired by, it's
not
a big
boxed
old,
in.
yeah, basically.
So with that being said, how would you categorize your music from a genre perspective?
I am the Baton Rouge Lauryn Hill.
The Baton Rouge
Yes.
Lauryn Hill.
Yes. I'm a little hoarse right now, so my voice is a little more raspy than what it's supposed to be.
Right.
But I have a natural raspy voice.
Okay.
But when people ask me what kind of music, I tell people I am the Baton Rouge Lauryn Hill.
So explain it.
And I'm gonna give it to you exactly however you want it.
But break that down to me. You say Baton Rouge Lauryn Hill, so you mean to tell me I listen to your music, I'm gonna get a miseducation of Lauryn Hill, or in your standpoint, miseducation of B-Berry 100 to be exact.
Yep, basically. You're gonna get the miseducation of B-Berry along with a little bit of Sam I Am. And you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get a little bit, I gotta give you a little bit of all of it.
Gotcha.
Because that's who I am.
Gotcha. So let's break down B-Berry. Where did B-Berry come from? Was there like a childhood name, or where did that come from?
Childhood name, everybody call me Neek. When you come down to the house, that's my nickname, Neek.
Okay.
And my original rap name was Nikki Baby.
Mm-hmm.
But B-Berry came, I was thinking one day, about Beyonce, that's another one of my favorites. Queen. So I was thinking about her, then I love Halle Berry. And this was around the time when Hurricane Chris had Halle Berry. The song.
Oh, yeah.
So as I'm thinking about it, I say, Beyonce, Halle Berry. And I say, Halle knows Beyonce Berry. I say, I am Beyonce Berry. And I had said Price LeBlanc, Baton Rouge.
Right.
For some reason, Beyonce Berry, Price LeBlanc. So I did that, and when I did it, all my friends just was laughing, but they took off with it. And literally from that, B-Berry, whoop. So I knew once I started coming to this, I said, I can't use Beyonce.
Yeah,
because that's Beyonce.
Right.
So I say B-Berry. It rings.
Like, it damn sure do.
So that's basically what it is.
Now we can't
B-Berry.
go another further without you explaining to me this crown.
I'm the Baton Rouge Lauryn Hill, man.
That's a bet.
I mean, like,
bet.
And once again, it doesn't get any better than Lauryn Hill.
It really don't. Especially when
in
it comes
her lane.
Yeah.
Like I said, in the lane of Beyonce, not to take from anybody else that do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just that in Beyonce lane, in Halle Berry's lane, and in Lauryn Hill's lane. Like, you can't get no better than that.
Like I say, there is nothing above them.
There's nothing above that.
Right.
So and me, I'm gonna give it to you from every angle.
Gotcha. So let me ask you a question though, for real. Do you feel like it's any added pressure for you as a female artist coming out of Baton Rouge, knowing that, I'm not gonna say it hasn't been done, but it hasn't been on a national level like you have your Kevin Gates and Boosters and Young Boys and Hurricane. Like, do you feel anything of added pressure being that you would be quote unquote the first?
Out of Baton Rouge, no, because and that's why I have to go ahead and do what I need to do, because nobody is doing what I do.
Right.
Like they could try, like, and that's why like when Dave Slow came out and a couple other people came out, I was like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, nobody sound like me. Exactly. So really, my only added pressure is myself. Me just making it happen and believing that I could do it. That's the biggest thing. Okay. So yeah, but when I touch, it's up. Yeah. I promise you.
And it's stuck.
It's up and it's stuck. I promise you.
So explain to me your recording process. Like, how do you go into it? You go into the booth, you got a beat, or do you go and tailor a beat around a specific experience for you, or what?
Once again, like I said, when I started, I've been doing this all my life, so I'm writing and just listening, just thinking, like just I can be in the car and just think about something. Oh, you know what? Let me go find that beat. Oh, you know.
Yeah.
So when I go in the studio, it's a performance.
Right.
Not saying like I'm going in there impressing about it. It's just that for one, I'm on time, and two, I don't like to be like, go back. Like I'm the type of person. When I'm in the studio, if I pick my phone up, Gus was the first person I ever first professional person I recorded with, and he knew if I pick my phone up, he'll be in there like what she doing? Cause when I'm in the studio, I don't want no phone or nothing. This me.
So do you write though?
Oh yeah, I write.
But you come in the booth prepared.
Yeah, I come in the booth prepared. I don't believe in, unless it's my studio, I don't believe in writing in the studio.
Oh, okay. Why is that though?
That's me. But that's just because I'm paying for time.
Got you.
Two, it's a art, it's a vibe with me.
Oh,
so when I'm in the studio and I'm recording, and how my music sound, it sounded just the same way that it did when I was listening to it in my head.
Yeah.
And when I build from the ground, it sounds different from when you sit up there and you done listen to this song a couple times.
Right.
And record it. So when I go in the studio, I'm free. It's free man. Like it's free.
Okay.
Like no hands.
So would you consider yourself perfectionist?
Pretty much. When I'm in the studio, pretty much.
Okay.
I always tell people like if I ain't perfect on nothing else, when I get in that studio, actually dealing with her.
Yeah. I understand how he'll bring it out. He definitely
That's
bring it
what
out.
made me really start. Like that's what really my first time recording with Gus, I recorded 5 songs in 2 hours.
Shit.
And when I went with her for 2 hours, I recorded 2 songs. And honestly, they wasn't even finished. But that's because it was so much more. You know what I'm saying? That I had to develop and learn. So yeah, I'm still working on being a perfectionist, but yeah.
So does that sense of being a perfectionist, does that help, or did that help you with becoming more organized in your craft?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Because I was already a person that, like I said, before I started recording with Gus, like professional, because I was my first professional person I recorded with. So when I first time recording with him, and I recorded 5 songs in 2 hours, and he was like, man, you know, like people use like 2 hours.
Right.
That may be two songs.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I gotta keep that up. Like I said, I write, I listen, I sit down just at home in my leisure time. That's what I do. So when I'm in the studio, it's light work for me. So that's when I start making, okay, that's a craft. That's, you know, I gotta make sure I always do that.
Exactly.
So I never like to go to the studio unprepared. If I ain't ready, I'm not coming.
Nah, I understand it. I get that.
What if we diminish negativity, focus on us and soak up the energy like no tomorrow, no worries for anything, comparing the horoscope, guess this here was just meant to be. And it feels so right, I swear on gang, this was love at first sight, trying to deny the vibe, but you refuse to let loose, had to made up your mind. So every morning I thank the man for putting in work, holding his hands, feel like heaven right here on earth. Call me crazy, that's a maybe, but I want this here forever, man. What up, homie? It's been a minute. Thrilled to see your face that has its way of lifting spirits. Kinda good to have you home, boy. Blessing your little mission, mesmerizing my eyes, but I clearly see the vision. Just feeling out your game, boy. I like your style, presence of a real nigga. It's been a while. Sometimes complications can put you in situations that make it hard to debate being in love with you now. How did you get here? In my heart, nobody's supposed to be here, and you won't creep here. Then realize you was getting good sleep here. Made up in your mind, this liquor I gotta be with. You ain't gotta say too much, already knowing what up. But right now, I'm in recovery from being broke up. Feeling exactly what I'm asking, I've been dreaming of us. And now my kisses be the best of your luck, can't hold it up. And it feels so right, I swear on gang, this was love at first sight, trying to deny the vibe, but you refuse to let loose, had to made up your mind. So every morning I thank the man for putting in work, holding his hands, feel like heaven right here on earth. Call me crazy, that's a maybe, but I want this here forever, man. I'ma step it up tonight, gotta get away from home. Go back on tour them 30s, that's gon' keep me in my zone. Then fell off in the party and my red shit came on. Excuse me, Mr. DJ, could you please play my song? I got ballers at my feet, splurging, buying drinks, saying and paying whatever it takes to get to me. But I can't help but think of you, jugging, put me to sleep. Ain't no mountain high enough to keep you away from me. That's my big boy, what we got is 100. And he knowing I love him, cause when he call I come running. And I try hard to ignore miscellaneous others that just can't seem to understand that you got a new woman. In the land of the living, enjoying all of my blessings. I'm tiptoeing out the door soon as I get your little message. My bundles lay in your chest, the only time I ain't stressing. Never really made love until my baby finesse me.
So on top of being a one-take Jake, knock that shit out one take, you're a perfectionist. Mm-hmm. Plus you about your business.
About my business.
And shit, we just waiting on you to go up there.
Basically, that's it. And honestly, that's I do this, and like I always tell people, like some people listen to my music for the first time, they be like, "Man, what you?" Like they'll really be sitting up there looking at me confused, like, "What you doing?"
Right.
And I'll be like, "Well, then I'll be able to remind myself, I was doing this because this is what I love. I've been loving to do this. Period. I could have been making music all my life and never made $1 off it. I just wanted to make that music and send it to my people and let them listen to it and they ride around and bump, and that was it. And I realized I was sitting on the gold, man."
So when was that moment? When was that like, oh shit, I can really make some money off of this?
When I dropped the first disc, Here Lies Hip Hop on HotNewHipHop.com. When I did that, and everybody was like, and the way I put the songs together, you know,
right,
put them in the order that they was in and everything, and people was like, "Look, man, like what you gonna do?" So that's when I started to realize, and that was in 2012.
Okay.
And that's when people was like, "Man," and then I'm paying for time.
Right.
Like I'm literally taking out of rent money.
Yeah,
and
no, trust me, I understand.
You know, I'm taking out of money, but really just to satisfy myself.
Invest in yourself,
and people
invest in your craft.
You tripping. And I'm like, and that's when, you know, I got Big Dog over here. He, you know, so he getting beats made. And
right.
So I'm like, and my brother calling me Johnny. That's another one. He's a big inspiration. Somebody, I always say he taught me how to rap. He didn't necessarily teach me how to rap. We grew up on the same swag.
Right.
He's a genius.
Okay.
If you hear his music, you'll know that I am the female him.
Right.
People call like in Houston, they call me Baby Gates.
Okay.
Because they say I sound like Gates. But if they hear him, they'll cut that out because they'll realize who I really sound like.
Okay.
But he was a big inspiration to me. So I mean, like, you know what I'm saying, like with all that, I mean, even he was like, "Man, find out how much that beat is." You know what I'm saying? He's spending money on for this, that, and the other. And I'm like, "Man, people spending money on you. What you gonna do with it?"
Okay.
So, you know, with that, I'm like, I gotta, you know, make a move.
So.
And we all have our own insecurities, you know.
Of course.
You know, like just doing it just for us, and that's basically where I got stuck at. But I know I'm you know, the fact that I'm even here, I know I'm still sitting on the
corner. Yeah, you know what you're supposed to be doing. Everything is in due time.
Right.
But let me throw a wrench in this, right? You sing and you rap. Somebody came to you, told you right now, you need a whole rap album or a whole singing album. Which one would be easier for you to do? Gotcha.
Which one would be easy? I mean,
like which one would be closer to your, you know what I'm saying, your natural swag? You gotta pick one.
Matter of fact, you pick one.
You want me to pick one?
Yeah, I'm about to say, look, if you listen to my music, I say you pick one.
I'ma say
that's
I'ma say rap, but I cannot. You gotta sing on it.
That's why I say you
got to sing on it. I want to hear you rap, but you got to sing on it.
Right.
I
can't sing on it now because I ain't where I'm supposed to be.
We just disregarded the whole question, but that's okay.
We don't have to. Like we could disregard what you like that part, but
yeah.
But I like that question though. But I like the fact that I say you pick and like
Exactly.
But basically, I was just saying like, man, I'm gonna give you everything. Like I said, I'm gonna give you everything.
That's a bet.
I'm gonna give you everything. Whatever you want, I got it. I promise you. If you want reggae, if you want blues, if you want, only thing I ain't never touched was opera. And once I get the correct vocal lessons, I'ma try it.
You supposed to.
I'm supposed to. I'm telling you. So that's why I say you pick it, whichever one you like me on.
I do this with everybody. I do this, and what is success to you with your career?
Success to me is when I'm comfortable with the right amount. You know what I'm saying? When I'm living my dream, and when I say living my dream in the studio and got music that's out there, and I'm writing music for people, and being able to be comfortable without having to go to a job with somebody else.
So basically,
because I can never see this. I don't have to ever see BET. But at the end of the day, I want to be able to look at the TV and be like, because I knew I wrote. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now I get you.
Yeah, or I coordinated. You know, so I produced this and that. So that's, to me, that's success.
That's what's up.
To be able to be comfortable doing what I love to do every day. That's what I look. That's success.
I appreciate you coming in. Appreciate this conversation. It's been very refreshing, very good for me. Hopefully it's been good for you too.
A blessing.
And you are officially on the record, and this is for the record. But before we go, let everybody know what your social media tags are and where they can find your music at.
I am the one and only B Berry. SoundCloud BBerry100. Instagram BBerry100 _ at Yo Berry Jams. The one and only. Believe that.
So make sure that you go and you like that up, listen to her music, get familiar with her music, and let's grow this thing, man. And we out.
Hey, what up, world? This is the one and only BBerry100, and you are now on the record for the record with NextDefTV.com.
And it feels so right. I swear on gang, this was love at first sight. Trying to deny the vibe, but you refused to let loose. Had to made up your mind. So every morning I thank the man for putting in work, holding his hands, feel like heaven right here on earth. Call me crazy, that's a maybe, but I want this here forever, man. You forever, man. That's all I'm saying. Oh yeah, I'm a believer. And I thank God for my baby boy, 'cause he is a keeper.